Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
It's a special edition of the program brought to you on this special day because you are special viewers. You have been there for us, following our activities as a responsive organization. Through the year, we made significant efforts at educating you on the dangers of fake and substandard products, with special focus on the need for you and I to be quality conscious by insisting on the best. We have had series of workshops, sensitization, and various programs providing consumers with relevant information on standards and quality. How well have we performed as an agency in the discharge of our mandates? That's the focus of our program, Standard and You, this week. Please stay tuned. I'll be back shortly.
If you see something unwholesome, come to SON. Go to any of our state offices and make your complaints, and it will be well addressed. When you have an issue, you call our toll-free line. One of them is very easy to memorize: 080-022-55766 and 070-5699-0099. We have customer care people that are there to receive your call 24 hours a day. So your problem will be adequately addressed too.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned to the program on this special day. Since the beginning of the year 2017, the Standards Organization of Nigeria has demonstrated commitment to protecting consumers from fake and substandard products. The SON has remained one government agency that has provided support to manufacturers through its numerous programs, especially small businesses, and has ensured that importers do not flood our markets with fake and substandard products. I have with me in the studio not one, not two, but three key officers of the SON here with me in the studio to put the agency's activities through the year in perspective and also give us insights into what to expect from the Standards Organization of Nigeria in 2018. Let me begin with Mr. Bola Fashino. He is the spokesman of the SON and special assistant to the Director General. Mr. Fashino, you're welcome to the program.
Merry Christmas.
And next is Barrister Umaru Kawu. He is the agency's Director, Legal Services. Welcome to Standard and You, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we have Engineer Bid Obai. He is the Director of Compliance and Enforcement, SON. Engineer, glad to have you on the program.
Thank you very much. Happy Christmas.
We start with Mr. Bola. How will you describe SON activities in 2017?
SON activities in 2017 have been awesome. Awesome because the year heralded a new kind of leadership that came towards the end of 2016.
Okay.
And we had a new breath of life into our activities. A lot of things has happened in SON. We've had so many programs. The ones that we had before, many of them have been retuned.
Okay.
And today, you can hardly go by a day without hearing about Standards Organization of Nigeria in the newspapers, on radio, on television, even in the social media. Activities all over the place, in the head office, in the state offices, in the laboratories, everywhere. It's been awesome, 2017.
It really has been awesome. Engineer Obai, please tell us, in enforcing standards, do you think you have achieved your desired goals?
Just like my colleague has said, with the new leadership, new strategies, and that, of course, will mean that the agency's mandate has to be pursued vigorously from different strategies. And since January 2017, it has been very challenging to my own directorate, the Inspectorate and Compliance, because we needed to ensure that Nigerians are safe from consuming fake, adulterated and substandard products. And that is why throughout the year it has been 24, we have been out 24 hours trying to ensure that Nigerians are protected adequately from consuming such products that are harmful. So SON has been there for Nigerians, and we have been able to show that Nigerians have an agency that can take care of their safety in terms of what they are consuming, in terms of what they are using, in terms of building materials, in terms of household electrical products, in terms of everything that is under our mandate. And we have been trying to ensure that consumers, the stakeholders, are carried along in ensuring that standardization and quality assurance in Nigeria, Nigerians get value for whatever they eat.
Thank you, sir. Barrister Kao, tackling prosecution, especially now that SON has the legal power, do you think that SON is doing enough? And why is it taking so long to put offenders behind bars?
Thank you very much for that question.
Yes, sir.
On the issue of whether SON is doing enough, I would say that given the circumstance that we're in, we're doing reasonably very well. I should point out that when my brother here spoke about stakeholders, he is one of our internal customers, because when ICD operations carry out enforcement, invariably it ends up in prosecution.
Yes.
So it is where their job ends which we take over from there. Therefore, we need to put it in proper perspective. What we do will depend largely on what other departments do. So given that a lot has been done by ICD and Operations Department, I would say that the legal department has performed very well in 2017.
Tell us more about the new SON Act. Yes, sir.
There's so much in the SON Act that perhaps is not well understood.
Okay.
One, let me talk about in terms of numbers. The Repeal Act, Cap S9, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, for example, had 26 sections. The current act is twice that number. It has 52 sections. But on the fundamental issues, there are novel provisions intended to make the job of SON a little bit easier. Before the 2015 Act, we had a situation where the law expects us to act, at the same time our hands were tied behind our backs. When you go on surveillance and you find violative articles, either in warehouses or in trucks or in supermarkets, at that time the law will require you to approach a court for an order to seize, detain, or impound those products. And by the time you go to court, those products will have literally vanished. So one of the novel provisions in the new act is to allow you act. It gives the organization a window of 90 days within which it can remove those violative articles immediately from the marketplace while test is carried on to determine the depth of the violation. It's only after 90 days that you still need to detain that you now approach a court for an order to further detain the product. So this is one of the fundamental changes in the law. And then another very important section in the law is the one that really brings the law in line with the constitutional provisions. Because if you look at section 251 of the Constitution, one of the areas that the Federal High Court has exclusive jurisdiction deals with matters of quality and standardization. And the law now align SON to the Constitution by vesting the jurisdiction in terms of offenses under the SON Act in the Federal High Court, and also allows legal officers in SON to prosecute cases. Because perhaps you will ask, in previous years, whether we've been prosecuting. If we were not, it was on account of the provisions of then legislation. But today the legislation recognizes that we can prosecute cases, and I'm happy to say that legal officers in the SON are out there prosecuting cases. And then, of course, the law also allows us to detain any vehicle, search any vehicle on the road, because I know that the Directorate of Inspection, ICD, Inspectorate Compliance Department, are always on the road 24/7.
Yes.
They stop trucks on the road. They do so on account of the provisions of that act.
Wow.
So there are fundamental changes in the law, which really has made the job a little bit easier to handle.
Mr. Fashino, looking at strategies and programs initiated by the agency, do you think you've made a positive impact on the people?
Yes, we have. Quite a number of new strategies have come into play. For the SONCAP, that is Standard Organization of Nigeria Conformity Assessment Program,
Wow.
which checks products coming from outside Nigeria. Until last year, we had to, use a number of agencies. Those agencies have increased in terms of capacity, in terms of coverage of areas all over the world where products are coming, into Nigeria. Apart from that, we have had to now look for a window to unify all our conformity assessment programs. We have, apart from the SONCAP, we have MANCAP, the Mandatory Conformity Assessment Program for products that are manufactured in Nigeria. We also have electronic registration that ensures that every product in the market can be traced and tracked to their origin. But in order to put all this, together and make it easier for consumers, we are introducing a new one called Product Authentication Mark. This mark would ensure that every consumer can now check at the point of purchase whether that product is the genuine one or not. You ask me what is special in that? Many things. Those who are manufacturing products, whose products are being cloned or adulterated, can now go to sleep and be sure that it is those products that they have manufactured that are actually out there selling. They are the ones that consumers are purchasing. That's number one. Number two, every consumer will have the opportunity to make a choice before he spends his or her money. That is another one. Number three, the programs that we have before now, like the SONCAP, until you have met all those requirements, you will not be given the product authentication mark to put on your product. In fact, if you have not paid your duties to custom, you cannot get it.
Wow.
So it would even help in terms of duties collection, apart from the fact that we will have more data on products that are locally manufactured and those that are being imported into the country. So that's one of our new strategies.
Indeed, stakeholders, you really need to key into this project. Engineer Obai, I want to ask you this, and I want you to, before I ask this question, I want you to take us through to what your department is doing to tackle the menace of fake and substandard products in 2017.
Today, SON is on NICIS, Nigeria Integrated Custom Information System, where we see any import that is coming into this country. As we put in the name of the importer, we get what he has brought in. And so there is no hiding place for anybody. And so once you import, we are there to look at what we are doing. And so we are using that mechanism to ensure that nobody brings in any product that we will not see. And two, if those products, if you happen to take your product out of the port without our examining the product or being part of it, then we are there on the highways. We are there in the markets. We are there at the warehouses of these importers to find out how these products come in.
what is the general perception of the SON by Nigerians, and what is the agency doing to endear itself to more people?
In the last 6 to 7 months, we get calls on our toll-free lines almost 24 hours a day. Nigerians have become a lot wiser. This, I am sure, is a function of the campaigns that we've been doing over the years. Yes. So today, we get information from every state office daily. People are coming forward to say, look, something is happening there. I don't know exactly what it is, but you need to come and see what it is. And that's what we're saying. That's what we're encouraging Nigerians to do. Everyone should be a quality vanguard.
Yes.
The issue of quality does not lie with any one organization, because, like he said, once that product is already in the market, all of us, we're all consumers. Even the person who is producing the product or importing it is also a consumer of other products. So if all of us are bringing substandard products, he will bring his own, but he will also consume that of others. We have gone one step further. Going to catch them young, we have a program that we call Standards Clubs in schools, primary and secondary schools. Because we believe that once the children begin to challenge what you give to them and say, look, but this is not carrying the quality mark.
My intervention is to say that part of what we've been doing to reduce substandard product is this program as well.
Yes.
So this is an educative program. It allows people to understand what SON is doing. It gives opportunity for feedback to SON too. And we also do a lot of public enlightenment. The SON Act allows for either repair or recall or refund of money expended in purchase of substandard products. So I would say that a lot is being done outside the everyday office work.
The last word to the viewers out there.
Muna fata shekaru na da za su zo, mutanenmu za su yi la'akari da aikin da muke yi, kuma za su lura cewa ya fi cancanta ka sai abu na kwarai da ka sai abu na arha.
Okay. Engineer.
Biko ndị be anyị, ife anyị na-akpa bụ maka ọdịmma anyị, maka ọdịmma obodo anyị, maka ọdịmma ụmụaka anyị, ka anyị mezie n'obodo anyị a, ka anyị mee ka ihe a na-eme n'obodo anyị a, ma ihe a na-ebubata n'obodo anyị a ka ọ dị mma. Anyị na-ayọ biko nụ ka anyị jikọọ aka, na asị na ofu aka adịghị ekechi ngwugwu, ka anyị jikọọ aka ka Naịjirịa wee wọrọ anyị obodo.
Nínú ọdún tuntun, ẹ jẹ́ ká lajú wálẹ̀, gbogbo ń tá a bá máa fún wa rà, ká rí pé ohun tó pé ojú òṣùwọ̀n ni. Èyí tí ò bá yé wa, ká pẹ́ tó bá mọ̀ ń pẹ́ tó wà sọ́nà. Èyí tá a bá dẹ̀ rà tí ò bá pójú òṣùwọ̀n, ẹ lọ sí Standard Organization of Nigeria. Iléeṣẹ́ wọn tó bá súnmọ́ yín jù, ẹ lọ ṣàlàyé fún wọn bẹ̀, wọ́n á ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Ọdún yìí ò ní di wa mẹ́rù lọ.
I want to thank you for coming to the studio. Up next is Alimot Osifo for the feedback.
If you see something unwholesome, come to Sun. Go to any of our state offices and make your complaints, and it will be well addressed. When you have an issue, you call our toll-free line. One of them is very easy to memorize: 080 022 55 766 and 070 5699 0099. We have customer care people that are there to receive your call 24 hours a day. So your problem will be adequately addressed to.
Thank you, E24. It's a special feedback segment today. We still have some of the key officers here in the studio. So I'll be asking some of the frequently asked questions. First, briefly, what is the SON about?
Standards Organization of Nigeria is one of the parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is saddled with the responsibility of elaborating industrial standards for products that are manufactured in this country and those that are imported into this country. It is also the responsibility of SON to ensure that these standards, which are merely documents that contain the specifications that are allowed for these products to be accepted to just be on the shelves. We have to give effect to these standards by making sure that people, manufacturers, use these standards to produce products that Nigerians will consume and get value for their money.
All right, sir. So how can one identify products certified by the SON?
To identify products certified by SON, we have quality marks on them. Basically, the most popular now is for locally manufactured products. It is called MANCAP. For every product locally manufactured to be in the marketplace legally, it must carry the MANCAP logo. So that's what they need to look out for. And if that product is imported, there is also a SONCAP logo that shows that it has gone through conformity from the source before it comes to Nigeria. The marks are there for everybody to see. So all consumers should look out for them. In 2018, all of these marks will be embedded under what we call product authentication mark. This product authentication mark, you'll be able to take your smartphones and just scan through, and it will give you all the information regarding that product to determine whether it is genuine or not. Of course, if it's not, you return it. And if you continue to return, those who bring them will not bring them back into the market. Those are the things to look out for.
All right, sir. So now we hear about the NIS certification. What is it about?
In the eyes of the law, the NIS mark is a license. The law calls it a permit. Okay. It's a power vested in the Standard Council of Nigeria. And the language of the law, if I may paraphrase it, is that it says that where the council is of the opinion that a product is of such significance or importance to the Nigerian economy, it shall permit the manufacturer, hereafter called permitted manufacturer, to affix to his product a mark showing that it falls within the NIS mark. It goes further because there's procedure in the law that is prescribed for the award of that permit. It says further that this shall be a permit and only the permitted manufacturer shall be allowed to affix that mark. It also goes further to say that this license shall be gazetted, and it also provides for the revocation, either revision, revocation, or reallocation of this permit. And furthermore, most importantly, this is one of the offenses under the NSI, under the Standard Organization of Nigeria Act. It says where any person who is not a permitted manufacturer affixes the NIS mark to his product, he has committed an offense. So this is very fundamental, because over the years we've seen a situation of utter confusion. People who have not been permitted by the council to affix the NIS mark, they confuse it with the MANCAP mark, unfortunately. But I think in the last few years, this matter has been clearly brought out. There's a difference between MANCAP, which is mandatory. There's a difference from the National Quality Award, which is an award. There's a difference from the NIS mark, which is a permit that has to be gazetted.
All right, so thank you very much, sirs. Stay tuned, the program continues.
We told you it's a special edition. Our special thanks to you, our viewers, for your messages and suggestions. Thank you so much. Let's invite those powerful hands who have also worked behind the camera to bring each episode to you. Adeswa is our makeup lady. Let us bring in Adeswa. Matthew is our editor. Bode and Tunde, our camera. We have Michael, who is our support. Princess and Shikemi, our secretary. Let's bring them onto the stage.
Well, to say thank you, viewers, for your support in 2017. We look forward to even more support in 2018. We shall be there for you.
I also want to thank everybody who has been part and parcel of this program, especially you, the viewers out there. Sun will be more for you in 2018. And as we celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Okay, let me thank Ms. Crew behind this program. It's been awesome. You've been great, and we look forward to 2018. Thank the Director General, Mr. Osita Abaloma. He has been awesome, he has been great, and he's been committed. Our prayers for him is that God will keep him in good health.
Amen.
And God will strengthen him.
Amen.
God will protect him.
Amen.
And God will also make his job easier.
Amen.
And we, his subordinates, will continue to advise him honestly,
Yes.
patiently, and loyally.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's call the cake, everybody, and say Merry Christmas.